Okay, this video is called Why Self-Published Books Can Save the World. In the past centuries, books were often censored, like when Voltaire wrote a book. No, Voltaire was an asshole, okay, but lots of other books, they were censored and it was a big deal. And I think that was because there was nothing else for people to do, so a lot of people read books. Whereas nowadays, books are relatively uncensored. I go to look at the books and I read a lot of books and there's all kinds of useful information. And I think it's because, like the billionaire perverts, they know that hardly anybody reads books. I mean, what percentage of the population reads sophisticated books? It's less than 5%, what is it? I don't know what it is, but it's pretty minimal. But because of that, the books are a lot of good books. And the best books are usually written by an old guy. Once in a while, an old lady writes a good book like Dr. Dave. Most of them are written by old guys. They're at the end of their career. They're retired. It's like a legacy. They know a lot. They're going to tell the truth. They got a chip on their shoulder. They've been ignored all their career. They no longer care what happens. Because a young guy usually can't write a good book. Young guys, the only thing, some young guys once in a while will write a decent fiction book, like, The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. He wrote that only when he was about 28 years of age. That was sort of a masterpiece, a precocious masterpiece. Okay, and Charles Dickens wrote some pretty good books when he was young as well. But those are fictional stories based on some life events. To write a nonfiction book, you got to know a lot, and young guys don't know anything. Okay, even middle-aged guys don't know anything. Like I said, I've never heard a doctor give a good lecture if the doctor was less than 45 years of age. They're basically, if I know the doctor is young, unless I want to go there for social reasons to be nice, it's always a waste of time. Let's see, what else? Oh, on the video, on the internet, most video channels, they limit what you could say because they might let you say stuff. Like, I say some things, people are surprised. Oh, you criticize fluoride, soy, coffee, tea, olive oil, etc. But I pay a high price for that. I'm ostracized by all the popular channels. I'm shadow banned. I get hardly any views. Some retard makes a video about soy. They'll get 100,000, 500,000 views. I'll tell the truth about soy. I'll get 100 views. Okay. And what kind of saddens me, and the reason why I'm worried, I don't know if things are going to work out, if we're just going to end up in slavery, is because what I see is most pros, they just don't understand. You have to figure out, does somebody like me or not like me? Are they trying to help me or are they trying to lie to me, BS me, and sell me something? And in my experience, the pros can't tell. Most of the pros love the high-fat phonies who sit there and just lie to them. Lie after lie after lie, try to sell them stuff. And the pros like that. It's like, can't you understand they're BSing you? How could coffee be good for you and stress be bad for you when they do the same thing? That doesn't make sense. So anybody recommending caffeine to you has to be BSing you or they're an ignoramus. I mean, that's simple logic, okay? All right, so anyways, all this stuff. So anybody telling you to have olive oil, tea, omega-6 oils, chocolate, soy, MSG are good for you, they're lying to you and BSing you. They don't respect you, okay? Now, there's other things that are more subtle and nuanced, like if they say nuts and seeds. You have to know something to know, the nuts and seeds. They're high in fat, 85% about. They're high in advanced glycation end products. They're maybe higher than you want in protein, not quite as big of a deal. Publishers, by the way, it's sort of like more impressive and respectable to have a big publisher, but publishers don't improve books. They lower the quality of a book. They tend to remove the jokes, the pictures. They don't like slang. They often remove much of the author's voice and personality. What the publisher wants is to make money. And the way they make money a lot of times is trying to get it into a lot of markets. And the markets are blocked by censors, sensitivity readers, and political correctness, okay? So they want to get under the radar from all that stuff. But one thing, too, is notice the formula of something like politically correct. You take a noun which represents a thing, like correct, to be the correct answer. And then you put an adjective in front of it and it turns into a lie, okay? So when you say correct, that means the thing that is correct, the right answer. But when you say politically correct, the adjective now means that it's not really correct. And you can do that for tons of things. Justice means fairness, okay? But social justice means that it's unfair, okay? And you can do that for tons of things, okay? also, like I said, the publishers love the high-fat phonies. All the high-fat phonies get published. And partly because the high-fat phonies all promote each other, so the publishing company knows they're going to have a lot of people promote them on the internet, etc. But the thing I like about self-publishing is you can tell the truth in a self-published book to a great degree, and that's saying something. And people don't understand how rare and precious and delicate and fragile the truth is. Right now, the high-fat phonies are trying to sweep Dr. McDougall, Dr. Kempner, the work of Dr. Burkett, Nathan Pritikin, all the people who cured all these patients with the low-fat vegan diet. They're trying to hide it and pretend it was really the high-fat phony diet. The low-fat vegan diets were all in the ballpark of about 4 to 10%, actually 3 to 10%. Okay? High-fat phonyism is usually about 40% fat. They're totally different things. Okay? Anyways, I hope you found this helpful.